The following podcast contains spoilers and profanity. Hello and welcome to episode 37 of the Half and Half podcast. I'm your host, Skywalker, and with me as always is MarsReviews.
I feel bad for George Lucas so much.
You know what?
I feel bad for him.
I guess a percentage of me does, but I don't know. It's not, this is technically all because he signed like a $12 billion deal.
No, that's not because of that. It was just for him in general.
Just like his health?
Yeah, no, like him still breathing.
Oh, that's contradictory, right?
Imagine being George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars. That's cringe.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Oh, Happy New Year's, everybody. Especially to George Lucas.
No, don't wish him a Happy New Year. He knew what he did.
He made Red Tails. It's okay. Mars, we owe him Red Tails.
Should we do one on Red Tails?
We got to do an episode on Red Tails. Now that'll be episode 38.
I forget that movie. I just remember that he said something really stupid that people make fun of him for.
He's ahead of his time with Red Tails, an all-black film.
It's the first black movie.
But yeah, anyway, if you couldn't guess by the title and by the fact that we're just talking about George Lucas for the past 2 minutes, we're talking about the final Star Wars movie ever.
Yeah, he has tangentially related to. It's not his movie, but
it's not his movie, no. All right, yeah, but we're talking about Rise of Skywalker, Episode 9. What is everyone's history with this new trilogy?
My history. I saw it. It was a big event. Everyone. It was The Force Awakens came out, and everyone's like shitting their pants, like, "Oh, it's back! It's back again!" And then it came out, and then it was okay. Because that's what J.J. Abrams is really good at. He's really good at starting a story.
Yeah, he's not good at writing, but he's good at directing okay films for the most part.
He is good at kicking off something and making it interesting and making a bunch of money. But then when it comes to anything following up, it's just like he just shits his own ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Star Trek, Star Wars,
Lost. There's more David Linda Lost. Cloverfield. Star Trek sucks, and then now the new Star Wars movies suck.
So, the Last Jedi, we did one on it. I didn't really like it that much, and pretty much like everyone, like a lot of people did. And all these like solo movies, like Star Wars stories movies, have been either middling or just bad. And the only thing that keeps me going is like, well, not the newer animated series, because like they had this new one, and I have a poster for it. And
oh my god, you got it from Comic-Con.
I usually try to keep my posters pretty alright. There's some that have some beat up on it, but like I saw Star Wars Resistance. It has fallen onto my floor, and I've just kept stepping over it every time I walk into my room.
That's pretty much what Disney's been doing with it. Apparently, it's getting canceled after the second season.
Yeah, that show looks like a piece of shit. Rebels looks okay, but it looks weird. I saw what they did to Yoda in like an image, and it looks gross.
It's okay. It's not very great. Clone Wars is where it's at, though.
The only thing keeping me interested, tangentially into Star Wars, is that like, okay, despite all this cringe, they could still, if they make animated series out of this on Disney Plus or something, they could still keep the 3D stuff that they're doing, which I'm kind of bored of, personally. I wish that they would go back to like 2D animation, like how they're doing with those. They're just gonna be those like little shorts they're doing.
Yeah, that's not gonna be a full-fledged show.
They make a whole series out of that, I'm gonna come, but
that'd
like,
be cool, but no, that's not happening. They're gonna stick to like the stupid other 2D animation and that the Ewoks are in.
If the animated stuff is the only thing keeping me interested in it, and this whole new shit was so boring that I'm getting into Next Generation Star Trek because
you can get into that no matter what. You don't even have to like Star Wars.
No, but I did it out of
spite.
I did it out of spite because it's like, wow, Star Wars really sucks. It's time to go full Trekkie, and I was like, oh, I watched one episode and it was better than this entire trilogy.
That's funny because I was gonna. I guess I'll talk about that later, though. But I guess my history with this fucking new trilogy is pretty much the same. Because I saw Force Awakens when it came out. I wasn't in love with it when it first came out. I was like, oh, everyone's talking about it, but it's just like a retread of Episode 4. I didn't care for Rogue One very much. I didn't. Last Jedi was incredibly flawed. I guess the only one of these new movies I was really enjoying, even though it was like, oh, this is kind of like at most this is like a mediocre, or not even mediocre. There's like it's just kind of above average for the most part. Just like I like Solo, a Star Wars story, but I'm a man on a hill when it comes to that movie because no one saw it.
I like the only thing that I can pay a thing to it is like, oh, it looks cool.
Yeah, it does look. I mean, like that's all these movies. I mean, that just goes back to like fucking. I guess where this all stems from, just like the Red Letter Media Plinkett movies or the Plinkett reviews, where they're just like, yeah, these movies look good, but yeah, there's a lot of talented people in Hollywood.
A little cynical, but okay. I'll get it.
This is gonna be the fucking most cynical podcast, probably.
Maybe.
Okay, I guess we can start talking about it now. Yeah, so do we want to just like we're probably gonna go all over the place. I don't know where.
Yeah, this movie was a train wreck from like the start.
This entire movie is pretty much it's pretty much just like a backtrack into what Last Jedi did, and it's like that and like a lot of Disney meddling with it. Like that was more evident than anything in this one, because it's just like for some reason Last Jedi they just gave Rian Johnson like carte blanche to do whatever the fuck he want, and they weren't happy with what happened, and no one was happy.
This is such a backpedal. The fucking chain on the bike is breaking.
I don't know. I'm surprised that this movie is a fucking mess.
You want to know why it's a mess? It's a mess from like the fucking like title crawl.
Yeah.
Because they try to overload you with so much information of that like
the dead speak.
That's not even like expanded upon at all. Like
apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently that Fortnite fucking thing is the reason.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You have to go into fucking Fortnite to get information on how Palpatine's like in the movie, because he like whispers to you or some shit.
You gotta get a victory royale and Palpatine will fucking whisper sweet nothings in your ear.
There's a thing on IGN I saw. I didn't go on IGN. I saw like a Twitter thing where it was like, dude, they were gonna put in like information about how Palpatine is supposed to be, how he survived and he's in the thing.
In deleted scenes.
They deleted that. What a deleted scene. Important piece of context that would play into effect for the entire film that everyone's gonna be questioning.
Yeah, and they just never really explain whatsoever at all. It's just like why it's also just like. I like the fact that apparently I think J.J. Abrams said like, you know, it was our plan from the start to have Palpatine behind it all. It's like fucking bullshit. What? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, just like the beginning of the movie is just like, here, fuck you, Rian Johnson. It was just like, okay, here's a test tube full of Snoke clones. But yeah, they're just like this entire the first like almost half of this movie is just like an entire like mess, and just like it just felt like whiplash, because like the beginning is like Kylo Ren just like doing this thing, grabbing this thing that's like not a Sith holocron, but it's called like a Wayfinder or some shit, and it's like, what the fuck's the point of this? It's like, all right, he's on Mustafar apparently, even though it's like a lava planet. That's like that's the planet where like Obi-Wan and Anakin fight on, but it's like it looks nothing like that.
Well, you know, it's been like it's been like, you know, thousands of years, you know, maybe
it's been
some
30 years. What are you talking about? It's been less than 100.
Renovated. Glum, you could change the entire planet. You could change the world. We can change
the world right now in less than 40 years. If only someone would do something about it.
Listen, Mustafar was just a place that just needed some kind, tender love, you know, some caring to plant some plants somewhere.
Honestly, Anakin getting his limbs chopped off was the best thing that ever happened, because the Galactic Empire was able to terraform Mustafar and bring life to it so Vader can live on it. Yeah. No, that's fucking stupid. I don't know. This entire trilogy is just a fucking waste of potential.
Yeah. The funniest thing about this, like when we were talking about like about how like they had the backpedal on Last Jedi and like Palpatine being the whole thing, there's an entire like 5-minute scene where it's like the most J.J. Abrams like scene ever directed, where everyone's interrupting themselves like in like a big fucking plan that's like sweeping to like the left and right. Yeah. They're like saying like, Palpatine must have did it. Yes, it has to be Palpatine. It's Palpatine. Oh, this is such fucking horse shit. It's such fucking. I don't even like The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I don't
like
it
they
either,
should have kept.
But
but like they shouldn't. they shouldn't have to use Palpatine to dig themselves out of something. They should like have to just roll with it and then just have to form something out of it.
I think I'm having kind of the worst experience out of all this, because like when I saw the movie, I went with like 0.0.1 expectations for it, because I just like, okay, I don't like watching trailers. I don't like watching this. This is something I'm like, I like Star Wars. I don't want to do it. I know everyone's talking cynical about it. It's ever since Last Jedi and all this new trilogy being just fucking disappointing. But like I had like the vaguest of expectations for it. Just like, okay, I want this to be good. I want this to be good to like an extent. And I saw it and I'm like, wow, that was better than I expected. And then the fucking exact same thing happened with Last Jedi, where it's like I thought about the movie after I watched it. I'm like, wow, that fucking sucked.
Glum, you sound fucking weird. You just like, you turned the brain off in the movie. What's going on? Do you just like
turn my brain to mush, brain rot, and then my cognitive functions when it came up after I watched fucking The Witcher again?
There's like brain waves that go into the film, and when you sit down, you just turn off.
Because I didn't even watch any like reviews for it. I think the only one I watched was the Red Letter Media one. It's like, okay, these guys are like boomer cynicals at this point. Like I know what to expect from them. It's like no. They're like, no. It's just this movie fucking, it sucks. It sucks.
I think I caught wind of like all the production troubles within this one, and I was just like, this is good. This will be a historic fuck up, and it is. It's historically.
I don't understand why, because this movie feels like they tried to fucking push 2 or 3 movies into one, and it's just like, why couldn't you just like, if Rian Johnson fucked it up so bad, or like Disney allowed this to happen so badly, like why couldn't you just like fucking just make like an episode 10? Like why couldn't you just have like a movie in the middle and just like figure this out? I know trilogies are supposed to be like the whole big thing, but it's like, why, like this probably would have gotten along better if you didn't fucking rush it and made like a less than 3-hour movie. Just to like,
even if you don't have any of that sort of context, it just feels like it, because of how much they're trying to cram into this, the pacing of the story is fucking horrible. It's
awful.
And it tries to overload you with stuff, but the worst thing that they try to do with that is that they do that, but they fucking put in new characters into the thing.
They don't do anything.
No, they don't, and it's just so awkward, because it just comes like okay, so what is it, Poe is like, everyone thinks he's gay. Even the actor was just like, I want him to. I've never seen a person. No, they just. I've never seen another like a heterosexual male want to suck dick so fucking bad, but like he gets cucked in that, so they introduce him like a new girlfriend,
ex-girlfriend.
They're fucking still.
They're still there right afterwards, yeah.
Like she shows up in her
Felicity.
super badass fucking her badass fucking
bounty hunter outfit,
like bounty hunter outfit, and she's like, "Hi, here's a coin.
That's it.
This is a really epic coin."
Bye until the end of the movie.
Oh, I'm back. Oh, and they do this with like some other black chick that's like supposedly supposed to be Lando's daughter, but you don't even see Lando that much.
That's another cutout thing for the movie.
Yeah, they have to cut out so much stuff that was like important, that they try to put in promotional material. Like they'll just be like, they put out that one chick from Felicity out,
yeah,
like, look, go buy the toys of her, and then they're like, all right, if you want me to buy the fucking toy,
she's not in the movie at all.
Do something with her. Make her have like a cool action scene, at least from what I remember.
She's just at the end. But it's just like, yeah, this entire trilogy was just like a wasted like fucking potential. Like they try to like so hard to make it like cool and make it like the original trilogy, or just make it like because like the whole thing was like, you know, like every trilogy up to this point has had like the 3 main characters, like Obi-Wan and Anakin, Luke, Han and Leia, and this was like, oh, Rey, Finn and Poe. It's like I was fucking they spend like no time together. They don't seem to have like any relationship aside from like Poe and Rey, and barely, because that didn't amount to anything.
When they do have like time together now, it just feels so awkward because they've been gone for so long.
It's also just like they don't even like each other, because like the beginning of the movie, like Finn and Poe are arguing, and it's like that's like the first time like I remember them ever like speaking to each other.
They sort of like each other, but it feels very weird. I'm saying that those guys are good friends. Finn and Rey is just like so awkward, because Finn obviously is like, it's just like, oh, I want to fuck Rey. I gotta tell you something. And then like, you know, they don't really do anything with him. What does Finn do in the movie?
Nothing. He didn't do anything in this fucking trilogy.
Nobody. Everyone is cucked in this movie. Like even like
Rose.
fucking like most definitely Rose, which I've said that I don't like Rose. I think she's an obnoxious, stupid character.
Yeah, she wasn't
but like
very good.
even I was just like, instead of introducing new characters within this one, just give her something to actually fucking do, because like it's just so, it just makes the whole movie worse.
Seriously.
And like their reasoning behind her not being in a movie was like just kind of pathetic. It was just all like, we needed somebody to be with Leia.
Even though Leia has like a bunch of rebels around her.
We need, we need somebody to like to hang out with the corpse. I mean,
the unaltered footage.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher's death did really fuck up with some portions of this
Which
movie.
is why it's just like, yeah, it's just like a very fucking, I don't know why they just didn't kill her off between the movies. Like, you made a fucking, like, there's apparently like a prequel book that you could just fucking killed her off in.
They really should have, because it makes like this jumps all the way back to the thing. I think I fell asleep during this portion, but I think I just read up and like watched portions of it. But there's a whole spoiler where it's like Kylo Ren is like seeing astral force projections, and it's like instead of like Leia is supposed to be Han, it's Han in this.
Yeah, because he just shows up. They Disney gave Harrison Ford a big ass check.
Harrison Ford felt bad, and he got like $50 million.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I wonder how big that fucking check was. This guy was already, he was already prepared to retire. And it's just like, you just paid for like his new house.
But like this one just doesn't really feel right, because it just feels like one that was originally supposed to be Carrie Fisher, but they didn't have any shots for her to do it, and it was just like, oh well, it doesn't even work in like the case of like a
lore.
Not lore, because I don't think Han can
he's not
do that.
He's not a force ghost. Yeah, he's just a ghost. He's just talking to him.
No, but it doesn't work, because like in the original like Force Awakens, one of the things that was like a big thing was that Han tried to get to Ben and try to get to him and try to lead him back to the thing and fail, because of the way how he does it was not. In the second one, he saw Luke, and Luke was like astral projecting and fucking fighting him, trying to convince him, I guess. Not really fighting, but in this one, it probably should have been Leia.
It was supposed to be.
Because it just would have made.
Like, no, they
couldn't do it.
went
full circle in that, but
I mean, I guess I can applaud them for not trying. But that's not much. They did say they weren't gonna like CGI her, even though they kind of did.
Well, Han, if you fail once, do it again.
It's just funny that, like, people were complaining ever since the first movie that Rey was like overpowered and a Mary Sue, but they did nothing to like counterbalance that. She was like she was the perfect being in this new trilogy.
They give her like
They showed her training at the beginning though. It's okay.
They keep trying to make it seem like, oh, Rey's not fucking Jesus, but like they just keep developing like new force powers off a thing where she's like just heals some stupid alien.
She's like, force heal was like a thing that existed like in like the extended universe. That's fine, like whatever it exists, but like why the fuck does she know how to do that?
No, that's what I'm saying. She just like figures it out like randomly. It's like, oh, I'll just heal this stupid alien. It's like,
yeah, like a stupid Mongolian death worm looking thing, so she can do it to Kylo later on. I think one of the funniest things I've heard recently was just like, I think I was watching some reviewer. I don't know. I don't remember fucking. Like I think it was like Jeremy Johns or some fucking thing. He's like, yeah, I just noticed like Rey never takes damage at this entire trilogy. Like she never gets hurt once. Like fucking like how Luke gets his hand cut off, Anakin gets his like arm cut off, and like becomes Darth Vader. Yeah. It's like no, Rey literally does not take a single like amount of damage in the movie, like scratches or anything. Because Finn got his fucking back torn in half, like in the first movie.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, that's another thing about it. Like, that's what made those, because they don't really have any sort of like physical things of like remembrance of failure, and it just makes it like.
That was what Last Jedi was supposed to be, though. It was all about failure.
Yeah, and then they subverted that, I guess. No, she's pretty base still.
She's still base.
But what I don't like about this one is that it feels like everyone's out of it. Everyone's so fucking out of it.
They're just done with it. They're just done. Movie. Everyone's done. Like you see all the interviews of like people talking to like Billy D. Williams and Oscar Isaac. They're just like, yeah, we're not having it. I don't want a fucking Disney Plus show. I want to be done with Star Wars. And John Boyega's like, no, I'm done. I'm done.
He was the only one that was in the movie he's on the fuck this, I'm out train, but like his performance didn't really feel like it that much. Oscar Isaac and Daisy Ridley just felt like they wanted to kill themselves on screen every time they like were on.
It's just like because like they came into this fucking thing thinking they were gonna get like Marvel treatment, and it's just like I just fucking shat them out because it was just the mishandling of this entire fucking thing.
If it wasn't mishandled, then like yeah, they would be fucking like big. Well, they are.
They're still big. There's not like no one's gonna fucking like they're not out of work. But it's just like, man, yeah. I mean, that's like their big like push, and it's just like, oh, okay.
I like the way how he delivered. There was an interview where they were talking about like the "They Fly Now" clip, and then like he says it in a most fucking like I want to fucking like beat the shit out of every producer
They fly
that was,
now
like, in that room. Like when even in the film when he says "They fly now,"
he has like that look on his face, like yeah, they fly now.
He was like, I'm giving you 2 takes, and I'm giving you 2 shit ones.
Yeah,
You're
but like Harrison Ford
it.
was like, I'm gonna give you 1 take and be out of here.
I guess the only thing, what is a good portion of this thing? I think this isn't a good. I'm not saying this is good.
I mean,
saying.
I mean, like from like the people I've talked to in real life, like the people who saw it, like they handled like the manipulation of like the nostalgia pretty decently, I guess.
That's not good.
That's not good, but it's like that's something.
No, okay.
People enjoyed that. I'll say that. Near the end of the movie, she's like calling to all the past Jedi, and it's like, oh yeah, cool, it's Liam Neeson and Samuel L. Jackson from like they're playing their characters and Hayden Christensen, but it's like then they like in the credits they're like, oh yeah, we also have these characters that no one cared about from the prequels.
I think the only thing that was like, it wasn't good because I think it's fucking contrived and stupid, but the guy that plays Palpatine is still cool.
Yeah, he's still fine. He barely did anything though.
He didn't do anything. He just kind of restricted to his stupid looking life support system.
His stupid GLaDOS machine.
I like that Palpatine in this one. Like he just never learned anything.
No, not at all. Well, the thing, because like, yeah, I guess we could talk about that just a little bit now, because like, yeah, that's the whole big thing in the movie that like the Emperor Palpatine from the original trilogy, he came back for some reason, and they never explained it in the fucking movie, but they say like, oh, I think they said like outside of the movie, like some director said like, oh, he's a clone, but it's like they never say that. They just say like
no. You know what's weird about him being a clone? Why is he so fucked up then?
Why is he so fucked up? Why doesn't make any sense? And it's like...
what's with his hands?
Why is his hands all fucked up? Like, I get he's old, but like he has like a machine for it. Why is his hand... Why is he acts like he's in an explosion.
There was like a whole thing where it's like they cloned him and he was completely fine, but then he fell down the stairs and then fell into an incinerator. That's why he's all burned.
Yeah, it's like a robot chicken or some shit. Yeah, Palpatine apparently had a kid, and his kid had a kid who was apparently Rey, so they completely scrapped that backstory because they didn't know what to do with it.
Are they like actual, like he had, like, well, he probably raped her. Like, there's no way that, there's no way someone had consensual sex with
I think there's some lore thing that like his assistant who was like a night sister or some shit, or like one of those fucking like alien species.
I refuse to believe.
It's like I think that he had sex with her or something.
I refuse to believe he had consensual sex and had a child out of that one.
Okay. Well, either way, he has a kid, and yeah, they were Rey's parents, and and it makes no sense because like they left her on Jakku. And it was like, oh, they sold her to they were just like junk pirates, and they sold her for like gas money or some shit. And it's like, but it turns out that they were kidnapped, and because the Palpatine sent an assassin to kill his lineage or some shit, and so they killed Rey's parents. But then, like in the first movie, and they showed like the flashback in this one too, where like Rey's yelling to the fucking ship that the bounty hunter's on, and it's like, oh shit, like why didn't they just notice that? That doesn't make any sense.
Thing that Kylo Ren was like, he used the Force to see her parents, and was like, I used the Force to see your parents, and they fucking sucked.
They were nobodies, except they were really important nobodies.
That makes him look kind of dumb. I was like, your parents fucking sucked. Oh wait, your granddad.
This entire trilogy made him out to be fucking dumb. Yeah, because they completely wasted the thing at the end at the end of Last Jedi where he's like, oh Rey, let's leave this place. Let's leave the Empire. Let's leave the Rebels. Let's do our own thing and be cool. And she's like, oh no, he's just evil and yelling and screaming again.
Blow out of the sky.
Yeah, and it's like, Yeah, like yeah. So it doesn't make any sense where like, because they really didn't plan for like Palpatine to fucking be in these movies at all. Because like, why would that make sense that like Palpatine sent an assassin to kill Rey's parents, and then the assassin didn't kill Rey despite the fact she was on Jakku, and they said she wasn't on Jakku.
Maybe he had a turn apart. Who knows?
He's like, I'll leave her.
Yeah.
I'll just kill the parents though for no reason, even, and pretend to be dumb.
I don't know if did we bring this up about the fucking how many MacGuffins are in this movie?
Oh, there's way too. We brought up like the brought up like the non-Sith holocron, the Wayfinder. Then there's the stupid fucking key that like has like that can like that's in the shape of like Death Star wreckage, which doesn't make any sense from like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Why would someone make a fucking like Death Star, like the fucking like Raiders of the Lost Ark shit, but like the Death Star blew up like 40 years ago.
I like that they bring one. It was like a fucking knife.
Yeah, that was the fucking that was the MacGuffin. That was the fucking thing I'm talking about. Yeah. Like
it just has. Well, I just like that it has no functional purpose other than that.
No, it's just to be a shape. It's just to be a shape of the Death Star, the thing from 40 years ago, like it's fucking Indiana Jones or something. And then like they do nothing with General Hux.
Yeah, they keep trying to do like couple of things in this movie that are supposed to be like, what? Huh? Who? Like these moments, but they just suck. Like
oh, Chewbacca's dead.
Yeah,
oh, shit. Oh no, he's not.
They revealed that he wasn't dead in the trailer because like he's hanging out with Lando later, and we never saw him.
Even then, because like say someone didn't remember the trailer, but like say like they watched that scene like, oh shit, Chewbacca's dead, and then he's like literally one scene later, he's like, oh shit, we have a prisoner, he's very important. It's just Chewbacca.
If it was like Rian Johnson was directing it and it was like Chewbacca's dead, I would be like, there's no way he's fucking dead because they still need to sell toys, but this man's crazy. But it's like J.J. Abrams, he's a cuck. He's not gonna kill Chewbacca. You're a bitch. You're not gonna do that at all.
You're not gonna do
You'd be fucking.
This entire movie was just like every scene lasted. It felt like it lasted like 30 seconds.
I would
like the pacing was just so fucked in this.
If he wanted to kill Chewbacca, then it was like that would have to be like the last scene shot, and like to where like all the actors' schedules after that would be fucked up, so they can't edit it out.
The only cool thing about this new trilogy is that the Star Wars Holiday Special is canon.
The only cool thing about this trilogy is that there's like a thing in like the art book where it says like Chewbacca's like a centrist on this whole issue, and he just kind of goes like, yeah, the rebels are kind of like in the right, but like I don't really give a shit.
I don't really care. Han's dead.
I don't really care.
They really fucking didn't know what to do because like the Emperor just has like a mass of like Imperials just like hidden under ice, and just like a bunch of like Star Destroyers that have Death Star tech.
The new Force powers just kind of just like like some of them are. I don't really like them because they make them like so powerful that it just kind of like makes like a lot of like the older movies just kind of feel like, yeah, if Palpatine really wanted to, he probably could have just like turn Luke's asshole inside out if he wanted to, like if he was really trying.
Cause like the whole the Force dyad thing, like those scenes were okay. Like with like Rey and Kylo doing that, like that one fight at the one place.
Yeah,
that was okay. That was fine. But like I think like it kind of gets ruined when it's like, cause like in Last Jedi he said, or like Snoke said, like the reason they were able to like talk to each other via the Force was because like Snoke said he was doing it the whole time. But then it turns out like Palpatine was behind it all. But then at the end of the movie, they do like the Force dyad thing, and she gives him the lightsaber, and Palpatine's like, "What's going on?" It's like, you're the fucking one doing it. Like, what?
I guess like the one thing that's like it would be one thing if it was like this movie was like backpedaling and shitting on like The Last Jedi like down its throat, but it feels like it's shitting on like
the franchise.
No, not the franchise. So specifically what is the third movie called? The original trilogy, Revenge of the Sith, where it just goes like, it just kind of makes Luke's like whole thing.
Oh, you mean like Return of the Jedi?
Return of the Jedi, where it's like he's like the whole thing where he's like, okay, well he defeats Palpatine. Like, it makes that whole shit kind of fucking cucked if we have to put it in canon, but it also just kind of like makes it like Luke won that fight. And he did not even fight Palpatine. He threw his fucking lightsaber. Won the fight.
Vader's threw Palpatine down like an elevator shaft.
Like he beat Palpatine with just like throwing his hands up, like, "No, I ain't gonna fight you, dog." In this one, it's just like, what does Rey in this one does? Is like,
she grabs two lightsabers.
And I'm gonna fucking chop you up. Which is another thing. Palpatine did not learn anything. He didn't learn that like 2 lightsabers beats fucking lightning.
No, yeah, Palpatine hated the rule of 2, so when Rey had one lightsaber, she couldn't deflect the fucking thing. But when she had 2 lightsabers, that's another fucking stupid thing. Because like in Legends, because like they explained that like Mace Windu could fucking like deflect the lightning off the Palpatine because like that was something he learned. Ray just happens to like fucking do it with lightsabers. That's it.
It's,
like okay, all right.
why doesn't Jedi's just go like, oh wait, 2 lightsabers is better than 1?
One of
The Sith can't use
my fucking
lightning
friend,
on me.
my friend Chris had like a really good point when Rey was deflecting the lightsabers or the lightning to Palpatine again. He's like, bro, turn off the lightning powers.
No,
Just stop shooting the lightning.
Can he not stop?
He just lives.
I swear to God, when they find themselves in a hole in like some fucking like new trilogy, they'll just like bring in like some fucking Sith that just uses lightning. If he doesn't make do a thing where he's like, oh fuck, I gotta turn it off.
I sound like a broken record. They just really didn't know what to do because like she fucking stabs Kylo Ren, and then Leia dies. And like I guess takes over. I think the director said like I think I heard something where the director said like yeah Leia wasn't like influencing Kylo Ren when he got stabbed. No, that was literally Leia going into his body and turning on a switch to make him good again.
He didn't actually change. Just Leia just went up his asshole and just
So I guess it's like Leia accidentally ended up kissing Rey because they both died at the exact same time. They both disappeared.
It'd be weird if other ghosts do that.
What a fucking awkward kiss that was. This new trilogy doesn't like people kissing because like fucking Rey Rose kissed Finn in the last one. It was like the most awkward thing ever.
That was a thing.
And then like when Kylo and Rey kissed, it's like, oh, all right, I wasn't expecting that. I think that's another like retcon where it's like, oh, that's a really cool concept. But like, yeah, they're not cousins. They're not cousins.
Well, this was another thing that was a point of contention with the behind the scenes of this movie was that I think J.J. Abrams allegedly did not want them to have a kiss, anything to leave their relationship would be more ambiguous. But Disney put that in there, and also Daisy Ridley supposedly was also very against like Kylo Ren and Rey having a sort of like on-screen like kiss romantic relationship because it would just be awkward because he's kind of a genocidal asshole.
And also it doesn't really matter because now he's dead because he died immediately after the kiss.
The way he died was so fucking funny. It was just like he just faded out, very stupid.
Yeah, and that's also like when fucking Leia like possessed him at the end. He's just like Kylo didn't speak like the rest of the movie. Like after that fucking talk with Han, like that was it. He just stopped talking.
Yeah.
Finn was the biggest fucking cuck in this entire trilogy to me.
No. That is not true. That is not true. I can raise you one better. The fucking Knights of Ren were the biggest cucks in the entire
Knights of the Ren. And, okay, the Knights of Ren, yeah, they were the biggest wastes of potential. I mean, like Finn was like a main fucking character.
They were
and
like a bunch
He
of...
did jack shit in this entire fucking trilogy. He was there for fucking Force Awakens. He was like, oh, okay, whatever. He gets his ass handed to him. Like, okay, whatever. He has the worst fucking like subplot in Last Jedi, and this one he does fuck all.
I will say the Knights of Ren.
He did literally nothing in this movie.
I would say the Knights of Ren are bigger cucks because one, they were put in the Force Awakens and they were like described as this fucking like these possible Force users. They're like these badass.
They were Luke students.
They were Luke students. There was like these badass groups, and they were teased in that movie. And then like in the second Last Jedi, Rian Johnson
just weren't
like,
there.
They're like, I don't give a shit about these fucks. And then like the third movie that they get in after like Force Awakens come out in like 2014, right?
They have like less than 5 minutes. They have less than like 3 minutes of screen time.
That's why I'm talking about. I think they're cucks because when they do get on,
they're cucks. But I still think that like just the Finn in general, which is like he's supposed to be like your like new character that kids are supposed to aspire to. He does fucking nothing.
I will say this. I think a lot of people were saying this when this new movie came out, was that like in all like this whole trilogy, probably Finn should have been like the main character because he's the most charismatic out of all these characters.
And he was like interesting. He's a stormtrooper that just defected, and it was like we didn't see. The stories have been doing that for years, but we never got to see that in the movie.
And
like,
Rey is just she's just like, oh, I'm on a place that has a lot of sand. My parents are gone.
Yeah. Oh well, it's just Rey. Yeah, Rey is the main character because she's the Force user. But no. But it's okay, because, yeah, and then Finn, I think also my friend brought up another thing, like, my fucking John Boyega was, like, tweeted about that. Did you hear what he had to say about that?
He was basically, I think he was defending his whole, like, he wouldn't tell Rey anything.
No. I'm talking about something different. I'm talking about, like, the kiss between, like, fucking or Kylo, and just, like, some guy was, like, talking to him on Twitter, and he's like, hey, John, it's like, yeah, it's a shame that Finn and Rey couldn't get together in the trilogy. I was really looking forward to that. I feel like that would have been cool if, like, you know, a black guy and a white girl got together, and then, like, he replied to the tweet, it's not about who does the first kiss, it's about who lays the pipe.
What a Chad.
And then, like, and then, like, some people like replied to that, like, hey, that's a little misogynistic, and he's like, I'm not taking it back.
I like it. I'm down with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's done with it. He doesn't need to keep going. His contract's done. He doesn't need to keep doing these movies.
Hey, it's not misogynistic if it's true. Come on. It's
yeah,
hey.
It's
Kylo,
okay, because he's gonna get with the black character who did fuck all in this movie.
Kylo may have gotten more screen time, and he also got the kiss and got more of a actual story with them. But Finn still has his penis.
He still has his penis. He's not dead. His penis doesn't disappear.
Exactly.
And then just Lando. Yeah, I keep forgetting. I forgot Lando's in the movie.
It's very easy.
He was barely there. He's just like, oh, I need to be here because I'm the only one left alive. He flew the ship at the end, and then he, like, gave bedroom eyes to his fucking daughter or something at the end. That was weird.
He was doing that to, like, Rey and shit when they were introducing it. It was just like, Lando's still very horny.
He did it to his fucking daughter at the end. Like, he's like, oh, who are you, young lady?
I think he forgot.
Like, I don't know. I don't have a past. Like, let's find out. It's like, what? Is he gonna fuck her in the woods? Like, what's happening?
The interviews with him is just like, fucking Billy D. Williams is cool, but he has like I love. Oh fuck, I forgot about this. I love Billy D. Williams being old because it's so. I looked at something. The whole shit where like he was like on the press tour for fucking Star Wars, and he was just like, oh, I think I just want to come out. I'm gender fluid.
Like, oh, that's cool. But then he's in other interviews and he's like, oh, he's like a senile old man.
That was my first reaction. Like, this man does not know what the fuck he's talking about. And then the next one was like, Billy D. Williams. What the hell is gender fluid?
Oh yeah, I forgot the C-3PO part where like he gets his brain turned off or something. Anthony Daniels gets his spot in the sunlight.
Such an emotional moment of like.
That's fine. That's okay.
I hate that. I hate that fucking scene so much because it's just like. We know
he's gonna get his fucking memories back. He's like, R2 has my memory store, but he's not reliable.
It's not even that. It's the fact that it's just like C-3PO going like, I gotta get one last look at my friends. And it's like they don't fucking give a shit about
you. You knew these guys for like less than a year.
You're like if it was like Han, like all of them, and it was like he said that would have been emotional because they actually treat him as a friend. In this, they just treat him as a tool. They treat him as an actual droid.
Yeah,
like,
they don't like him at all. And he already had his memory wiped in the fucking prequels, so it doesn't even matter. And then they get this new robot. Then they get the new roly-poly robot voiced by J.J. Abrams, which is an okay design, but it's voiced by J.J. Abrams, so it's ruined. I'm fine with it. It looks fine. It's also like I like the way he acts. Like he's like, no, thank you. It's like because he reminds me of like my friend's D&D character. He's fun. He's a little robot. I don't care. I'm fine with that, but he's voiced by J.J. Abrams, so.
I had to like go back into J.J. Abrams like actual like shit, and I was like. I was trying to cape for him, like, no, JJ's not cringe. And it's like, you know what? Maybe he just is.
I don't know. Like, yeah, this new trilogy was like, Force Awakens was okay. I really didn't like Rogue One. I don't know. Rogue One was just like the most meandering, pandering thing ever. Like, I don't want to fucking watch that movie again. Last Jedi has so many fucking flaws in it, but I guess I respect it a little bit more now because of this fucking thing, which is just like the biggest mess ever, and it kind of like ruined a lot of the franchise and just the perspective that people view it in. Well, I guess that's the whole trilogy though. And yeah, Solo is my fucking favorite of these new movies, and it's like, oh, that's the one everyone just kind of thinks it feels is mediocre.
No, like you think that it's better than Force Awakens, right?
Yeah. If Force Awakens is just fucking New Hope, I'd rather watch New Hope than Force Awakens.
All right, let's.
Force Awakens is wasted potential. That makes it worse. Solo's at least one like standardized film, and it's gonna be like that's gonna like stay its own thing for now and ever. Force Awakens always gonna have like the tinge of like, okay, Last Jedi is next, and then Rise of Skywalker.
No, I like Force Awakens more. I'd rather go back to the
I
good
could understand
times.
that. That's fine. But I think so. I guess if I'm gonna put them on a list, it'll be Solo and then Force Awakens.
Yeah. I guess the only thing cool about J.J. Abrams is that I read that he wanted to make a Samurai Jack movie, but then scrapped it, and it was like Tartakovsky just went like, I'll just make a new season.
No, well, that's for the best, I guess.
So,
And then like, the only other cool thing that like this new movie did was like, the stupid Sith troopers, the red stormtroopers that did nothing in the movie. They're like, oh, they're like one of the cool like extended universe things is canon now. Knights of the Republic. Like, that's fine. All right, I'm okay with that.
I don't want him to do it. I have never played this game or anything about it. I don't want him to do that. I fear for those people that like that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very wary on on anything that's like another Star Wars movie again. At least we have The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I haven't watched continued any of it.
I fucking watched like 2 episodes of The Mandalorian. It's already better than like the last 3 episodes.
Yeah, I want to change my answer. Yeah, does Mandalorian count? Like
Mandalorian's cool. Yeah, it counts.
All right,
It's Star Wars.
Mandalorian, Force Awakens. Yeah.
I guess I'll change my answer. It'll be like I've only watched like 2 episodes of Mandalorian, but I like it better than all 3 of these new episodes. So I guess I'll be Solo, Mandalorian, and then the fucking Force Awakens.
I'm drinking out my Baby Yoda glass right now.
Yes.
I'm actually drinking out of the Rise of Skywalker theater cup, and
Oh, I could have taken like I had like a bucket of like the Rise of Skywalker like popcorn bucket. I just threw it away.
I have it. I keep that shit because like I try to
I should
keep
have
it
kept it, but like I fucking just threw it away. And it's like I probably
I
would just
throw
be
them away
disappointed by
for
looking
like
at it.
I only keep them for cringe movies. Like I have one. I used to have one of like the Twilight Saga of like Team Edward, Team Jacob cups that would just
Like the Burger King one.
Yeah, I would drink out of those ones, but they were ruined and they threw them away. I have some good ones for good movies. I had a Guardians of the Galaxy cup, but like my parents fucked it up because they were just like, "Hey, put all the silverware in here. Put some soap in it. So if you try to use it, it just tastes like soap."
Ew.
And then like I have a big Aladdin bucket.
Thank goodness. All right. Well, we want to give our at least final thoughts on Rise of Skywalker before we go to questions.
I actually did fall asleep a little bit of it. That's why I don't know any really very hazy on like the. I was talking the porch and it was like, remember when Luke showed up and I was like, no. It was like,
Oh yeah,
why?
he showed. We didn't even talk about him at all. Well.
Yeah, it's like I fell asleep during that portion. Only thing, but Disney Star Wars will be a historic. This is like a landmark of just like how to fuck up shit. Like this is like the most ultimate like pants shitting like I've seen in a while.
Yeah, we're back to square one because Star Wars was at a point where like the only thing that was like worthwhile were the TV shows, and now we're back again.
How would you? I asked this. I think I know what your answer will probably be, but like, how do you think this stacks up to like failures? Like I don't know, the Dark Universe. Because like the Dark
Universe is more of a failure. Like I guess on the scale of like this versus like the last prequels or like the Dark Universe or something like
the
box
Dark
office
Universe
bomb.
To me was just like this is a fucking dumbass idea. Like probably like in sort of like who was cast and probably the people behind it. Just like looking at it on paper, it's like this sounds fucking stupid. Star Wars sounds like something that should work. And should be like Disney's like they know what to do with it, but they just like somehow fucking like don't know.
Like it's incredibly weird because like they should know what to do with it, and some people do know what to do with it because like the Mandalorian is like doing gangbusters right now. People love that shit, and it's like that's what Star Wars should be like. It's like why didn't they make any of the movies like that aside from like the 2 off ones that are just like that are not like the numbered ones at all, like Solo and Rogue One that people like the most.
I don't know. I just think something like Dark Universe is like everyone like probably was like, yeah, this is gonna be a train wreck just looking at it, and I think Star Wars is just like, wait a minute, this shouldn't have been a train wreck.
Yeah, Star Wars is like like an actual train wreck. Like it shouldn't have happened. Like oh shit, like look at that happen.
Yeah, I don't know. It
did the worst possible thing it could for me, which is like I thought I liked it at first, like Last Jedi, and then I thought I just thought about it.
The thing is that like maybe like a Mandalorian will be like taking influence on like how the other movies are like sort of made and sort of how they're like maybe possibly quality in ways, because like that show is pretty good.
Like, yeah, it's also just smaller scale. It's like I didn't really care for Rogue One because just like, oh, we got to get the Death Star plans, and I like Solo because it's a stupid heist movie. It's fun though.
But I think that the bad taste at these movies, because like it's not even just like Star Wars fans, it's general public of like
general public just hate Star Wars just like when like there was like a switch just flipped from like the people's perception of Star Wars now.
It's just like I feel like maybe those like if they I don't know they probably won't stop. There's gonna be a new Star Wars movie in 2022 or some shit.
They're gonna keep doing this for now. Well, but it's probably gonna be like smaller scale like movies like that. It's not gonna be a Solo movie, but
but I fear like that movie could be good, but like it'll just shit at the box office because people just don't care about Star Wars anymore. I guess we forgot to say that Jedi Fallen Order is pretty good.
I never played it. I don't have it, so I'm sure that's fine. Yeah, I heard the video game's pretty good. Yeah, I guess that could be fine. Okay, so questions. All right, yeah, you can ask us some questions by joining the Half and Half Discord page and asking stuff in the questions and suggestions tab. You can join the Discord by clicking on the link in the description of the YouTube video or the Anchor description. There you go. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, I guess to answer this from Spider. What's your favorite cola, soda, / pop? Soda's very bad for you, but I drink it.
I drink it sometimes. That was one of the resolutions to cut out. If I do drink it, it's just mostly diet. But like, I would say anything that is like orange. Like I love like orange flavored like sodas and shit. But if these count as sodas because they're just as bad for you, sugary but really good lemonade. I will drink lemonade at every restaurant if it is if it's available.
I can get that. I just like I like root beer and Dr. Pepper. That's probably like my favorites. But yeah, occasionally I'll have like a Coke. I try my best. Yeah, I've been trying to cut out soda for a while now. I mostly just drink water and coffee.
Yeah, I usually just when I go to restaurants, I just get lemonade and water.
Like, whenever I eat out or something.
But like these some of these ones just like fucking kill you. Like I fear all the ones that are like brown. I have a lot of love for ginger ale.
Ginger ale's pretty good. I like ginger ale.
Supposedly makes you. It's supposedly good for you in a way. It's like I drink it on planes. It makes me feel good.
Well, yeah, like ginger's very good for you. Like the ale is just like it's basically just carbonated. Like yeah.
Yeah. There's a guy that I watched on YouTube where he just goes like he just drinks like 60-year-old ginger ale. Shout out to that guy.
Did he throw up?
No, he said like, yeah, the sugar is kind of dissolved, but it's still pretty good.
It tastes like nothing. All right. From Sellout, favorite Smash main?
Glum, who do you main in Smash?
Samus. Okay. I like Samus.
I alternate between people that I'm like. I mainly would say that I main Piranha Plant. I've gotten pretty alright with him. He's a dickhead because all you have to do with him is just like, if it's like 4 players, all you have to do is just like
spit.
You have to charge up and use poison and just like put it near people and then just like run away and then just like snipe them with like the long like down B from like across the map.
Yeah, and you seem to like though. You like those characters. They're just like that and fucking King of K. Rool.
I've gotten out of K. Rool. He's just gotten too slow. They feel like he feels weird now. He was really cool because it's just like just spam shit from the back. But if if Piranha Plant just gets like knocked out of somewhere, but he's not like knocked out like entirely, you just spit like those fucking like iron balls that he has that do like a bunch of damage from across the map.
Yeah,
he's really cool.
If your name is Porch and you main Pac-Man, I don't like you.
Yeah, I also like Joker too. He's gotten to be recently. I really like playing as him because he kind of.
I still don't have the DLC fighters because I don't play Smash that much. But I have for the occasional times I've played. I like Banjo's pretty fun. I like Terry a lot for like the little thing. He's very heavy.
He's very fucking like weird. Joker's is really weird because like he has this like persona, and if he does enough damage or takes enough damage, he gets like a multiplier or some shit, and it's like, it's a very dangerous guy.
All right, this is a pretty good question actually. From CK Draw Stuffs, do you think George Lucas should have made the original sequel trilogy ideas that he had in mind? As long as he has creative competence, people on board to challenge and edit his ideas properly.
Yes, because like his That's how original Star Wars is, because he had like a bunch of weird ideas. Like Han was supposed to be like a fucking lizard or some shit.
Yeah, Han was supposed to be a lizard. Lucas, I think like C-3PO was supposed to be like a fucking used car salesman or some shit.
George Lucas is such a.
I don't know if he should have had like complete creative control. I feel like because then we have the prequels.
No, he needs to be like
reined in.
It needs to be reined. There needs to be like a guy that just like kicks his back in, like no,
George, no. He slaps his hand.
You're being fucking
Stop
retarded.
eating Denny's. Stop sitting on the couch. You gotta direct this, George.
He needs like 3 yes men to go with his crazy ideas, but he needs like 45 like people that just says like you're fucking insane.
George.
You are insane. You need to stop right now. And he's like, fine, I'll do it. Fine, I'll make Han human and stuff. Yeah, like
I don't know. He had like a decent amount of control. I mean, he always like oversaw like a lot of the Clone Wars stuff. I know that. Like he would always say like yes and no to certain things, but like yeah, for the most part, it was just like other people like Dave Foyer.
Well, he's like this is like a thing about George Lucas is that like he's a talented, talentless guy. Like
that's a very accurate statement.
But like he's just like like George Lucas, like you can't say that he's not talentless, but like because like he has a very interesting imagination, not good, but it's really interesting, or like a weird vision.
Like he just needs other people to rein him in because like
everyone.
The original Star Wars edit was just like the original Star Wars edit was like an unmitigated disaster, and like someone else had to like fix it for him.
I mean, like look at all the stuff that he's done since then, like Strange Magic. Strange Magic, you remember that? No?
I remember Strange Magic.
I mean,
I never saw it, but I remember it.
I just remember that being terrible, and that was one of the stipulations in the deal where it's just like, Disney, I'll give you Star Wars, but you gotta help push out Strange Magic. And then like
he didn't direct Strange Magic. He was just like an executive producer, though.
Yeah, but that was his movie, though. Like, he was like, I like Strange Magic.
I love Strange Magic.
He has some shit with Willows. I don't know anything about that movie, but like,
Willow. I saw Willow. Yeah, you probably would hate that movie.
It's just he needs help. He needs a lot of help with this stuff, you know. He's made good movies, I guess. I guess he made American Graffiti. I haven't watched it, but it's pretty alright from what I hear. If you have some people to tell George that he's stupid and a lot of ideas, and like I think he'll make good movies again.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Possibly, I guess. I don't know. I guess he had some pretty okay ideas, and I'd more just want to see like the actual like extended universe stuff done less stupidly. Because like the extended universe had like some cool concepts to the point where they literally had to retcon some of it. More like okay, some of this is cool, and some of this we're just gonna keep.
Yeah. Someone asked the question, "What is your favorite animated films of 2019?" I'm making a video about it.
Aren't you making a video about that?
Yeah, I'm trying to get all the movies I wanted to see done, but I have some that I want to see, but I think this is one movie. It came out in 2018, but I think it was didn't get a U.S. release until this year. Ruben Brandt Collection. It's pretty good.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Hungarian film.
Oh.
Where it's basically about some guy. What is his position called? I forget what it's called. Like a psychiatrist helping a bunch of criminal patients to help with their strange fucking interpersonal stuff, while he also suffers from them.
Oh.
It looks weird. It looks like someone just went into an art museum and like just kind of went like fucking nuts. What's your favorite animated film of 2019?
Ooh. Let's see. I don't know. I didn't watch that Netflix one you recommended to me. I'm sure that's probably if I would have watched that, that probably would be my favorite. It's like I like a decent amount of stuff. Like I like Toy Story. I like How to Train Your Dragon. I like Missing Link a lot. Like despite that being like just kind of okay. Like it's not fucking like his best thing ever. But I like the visuals of that a lot.
Yeah, Missing Link also won at the fucking Golden Globes, cucking Disney that had 60% of the votes in that category.
That's cool. I like that. That's cool. And then one final question by Fishboy Gazer. Thoughts on the current state of adult cartoons? Have you watched Final Space? No, we haven't.
It's very weird because like the biggest one of it is Big Mouth. That just keeps,
Yeah, that's I don't like that fact.
It just keeps going. It's never gonna die.
People love it. We have vinyls of Big Mouth, Mars. We watched the first season and we're done with it.
I went into my mom's car and I remember I said I gave my sister that and I just found it in the car. She didn't take it.
She didn't take it at all?
Yeah, she didn't take it. I was like,
does your sister like Big Mouth?
I think so. I know Drake loves Big Mouth.
I bet he does.
There's like a quote in a lyric. It's like, shout out Big Mouth. I love Big Mouth.
I love Big Mouth. I bet. I don't know. So some of it's pretty good still, but it's like, yeah, for the most part, it's just like.
I don't know. Maybe
this
if we look at
American Dad.
It still has a lot of rain with problems. I don't know if I would say like, cause like we had a lot of good stuff in like adult animation this decade.
Yeah,
like
this entire decade, it was just like, yeah, we had more Venture Bros was cool. We just like a bunch of like Adult Swim stuff that was pretty good, but like most of it just kind of like ended after a while.
But it is just still plagued by like the same problems of like,
yeah,
like the shows that rise to the top are not really the ones that are great, like a lot of things, but like the ones that are the most vulgar and obscene, like Big Mouth. Family Guy, though, it's a lot less now. It still does it.
Yeah. And then the only one that was like consistent I liked the most was like Archer, but like yeah, that's like another one. Where
you know what?
Like,
the only one that kind of breaks that trend that's still fucking huge is maybe Bob's Burgers, because that show's like.
Well, that was like I guess that's not like I guess that's adult to an extent. That's like adult as Simpsons can be though.
Well, it's still targeted towards older audiences that are supposed to contain it, but like it. You know, that's like.
It's like TV 14, like teenagers and like to middle adults.
Yeah. I don't know about any upcoming adult shows.
I know there's that one that's like being. I think that the studio that does Archer's doing. There's like that other one. I have no idea what that's gonna be though.
There's supposed to be like an Elvis animated series.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
That one could be cool, but like
that one could be cool. Archer's been pretty good, but it feels like that's gonna pretty much end soon, seeing as that's lasted like a decade, and that's really cool to me.
Apparently, that Harley Quinn TV series is pretty good.
I heard it's pretty good, but I need to wait for that to like have more episodes. It's like 5.
There's a lot of cool stuff, but like I don't know, it's just still the same shit. It's like same shit about the fucking like the worst shows getting pushed and everything getting canceled, like Tuca and Birdie.
Oh yeah, and then BoJack, like that's
BoJack is ending. Month. I feel we have to really see, because BoJack really does like help uplift this whole like it really does uplift the entire perception of like these adult cartoons are just kind of fucking shit, when like no, there's this one that survived for maybe 6 seasons, so it's not entirely like a dead thing.
Yeah,
but like
and like 2020s, most of the good ones are like ending now.
I feel like Big Mouths will have like a big effect on the 2020s. I don't know.
That's sad.
I have nothing. I don't know any of the new ones that are coming out, but like I just feel like Big Mouth is too successful.
I mean, Primal's probably like a good example. That was like a mini series though.
I like the perception. I remember when I put out something, everyone was super mad because like, oh no, it's really good. But now as it just kept going, I feel like the perception of Big Mouth is just soured, because one, there's way too many of it. Because it's supposed to have 6 seasons. We're on season 3. This is the 3rd season of 6 that were ordered.
I'm sure. I'm not gonna watch any of them. We watched season 1 and I'm done. I don't have to experience that ever again.
Yeah.
I can just look forward to BoJack ending, and hopefully Archer's new season's gonna be good. But other than that, I'm just like, okay, I can take adult animation that looks interesting to me, but I don't know. I'm not interested in like most of what's happening so far. I'll probably watch that rotoscoped thing on Amazon you just talked about.
Yeah. It alright. It okay.
Oh well. And hopefully, I mean, I'll probably give Harley Quinn a chance, but I need to wait for like season 1 to end or something, because like that's like there's like 5 episodes of that. I'm not gonna fucking like be disappointed by that.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Also, Primal also counts, and that's really good.
I said that earlier. Yeah.
Oh well. What you say is not important, Glenn.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay, so yeah, that was the Half Enough podcast on fucking Solo, A Star Wars Story, my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that was the Half Enough podcast on the Rise of Skywalker. Star Wars is at a place right now where people are probably just gonna watch The Mandalorian and be done with it up until the new movie comes out.
Star Wars is dead. Star Trek is alive. You guys gonna watch
Picard?
Picard?
That is not
Come
true.
on, Star Trek Picard comes out like in 2 weeks, guys.
You fucking haven't watched STD.
Glum, no, Glum. People are excited for Star Trek Picard. I've just heard nothing about it. Come on.
I mean, yeah, but that's also gonna be like a 1-season thing. Like fucking Patrick Stewart's not gonna fucking do that forever.
No, apparently there's something that you'll probably like this one. There's apparently like a thing in that where like it connects to STD. So.
Oh, thank God.
So.
Thank God. All right. Well, that's the end of the podcast. I've been Clem Walker. You got MarsReviews here.
I gotta ruin all hope for Star Trek fans.
Oh well, yeah. No, we're gonna go watch Star Wars Resistance now.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.